Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a LeBron James build, so make sure he's a small forward, and we'll move on to the body settings. So LeBron's listed at 6'9" on basketballreference.com, so we're going to push the height to 6'9". In terms of the weight, we are going to push that up a bit higher than the default to 229 pounds. That's just to boost a bit of speed, bit of strength and things like that. Now in terms of wingspan, we are going to push that to 7'5", so we'll have pretty long arms. It's not quite the max, you can go to 7'7", but 7'5" is still pretty long arms. In terms of body shape, just thought to keep it solid. You know, LeBron's a real solid man, so I thought that was appropriate. Now in terms of the attributes, you know, LeBron, he's not known as a really great shooter. He's definitely very streaky. Most of his points are coming from drives to the rim, post-ups at times, you know, pick and rolls, fast breaks. So he's really much more of a slasher than he is a shooter. So that's what the build's going to represent. So in terms of close shot, we are going to push that to 85. So I think 85 is a pretty good rating for close shot. A lot of the close badges are golds, you know, fast twitch, you know, masher. You know, a lot of those badges are gold at 85. So that's a great rating. Now, in terms of driving layup, we are going to push that to 80. So at 80, you will get the LeBron layup package and other layup packages as well. You also get the 10 badge points there at 80. And then for driving dunk, we are going to push that to 86. Now, if we were making, you know, a prime LeBron James build, we probably want the elite contact dunks. But because this is more of a current LeBron, he can still dunk over people in posterized centers, but he's not quite as athletic as he used to be. But he's still worthy of getting the contact dunks. So in terms of standing dunk, we're going to leave that at 51, and then post control, we're going to push that to 69 because he has got an ability to play in the post. He's not the most polished post player, but he can definitely go down there and score at will, particularly against smaller forwards. A lot of forwards these days, you know, 6'5", they're not quite the height they used to be, and he can definitely, you know, abuse them down low. Now in terms of the shooting, like I said, he's not a fantastic shooter. He's only a 34% shooter for his career, and he hasn't really shot very high. And he's only got a couple seasons of actually shooting above 37%, so he's not a particularly great shooter. So in terms of your shooting attributes, I've just put mid-range to 69 just for some badge points, and then 3-point shot to 83. So you will still have a pretty decent 3-point shot. 83 is not too bad. You should be able to find some jump shots at 6'9" that are pretty decent with an 83 3-point shot. And you do have the 17 badges to go along there, so you'll be able to get your 10 in tier 1 and 2, and then core, catch and shoot gold, which is not too bad if you're more of an off the ball player. You'll also be able to core, catch and shoot, and then get maybe Deadeye silver as well with an extra badge point there to spend somewhere else. So I think the 17 badge points is quite a good total for shooting on a non-shooting build. Now in terms of free throw, he's not a particularly great free throw shooter either. He's only a 73.5% free throw shooter for his career, and that's something that's actually gotten worse as his career's gone on. In recent seasons, he's been under 70%. Last season, he was at 75, so that was a bit of a bump from the season prior. But I've just chosen to put free throw to 71. Now, in terms of playmaking, we all know he's arguably in the top 3 playmakers of all time. You know, you've got John Stockton there, all-time leader in assists in the NBA, and then you've got Magic Johnson, of course, being the all-time, you know, leader in assists per game. And then there's LeBron, you know, who's done it for 20 plus years, 20 plus seasons. Led the league in assists once at small forward, which I don't know how many other players have done that at small forward. And he's just, you know, he's averaged 7.5 for his career as, you know, point forward. So it's quite amazing. So in saying that, we're going to push pass accuracy to 86. So 86, you just get all the passing badges, pretty much Hall of Fame except for bailout and needle threader. But they're gold still, and that's still a good badge tier for those badges. In terms of ball handle, one thing about LeBron, despite him being 6'9", you don't see him get stripped very often. He's very safe with the ball, and he's also very good on the ball. So at 87 ball handle, you get clamp breaker gold, which is a great badge, particularly with your height and size and strength. Should really come in handy. And then for speed with ball, we're going to push that to 71. So you can go up to 73, and I've just dropped it down a couple so you don't lose any badge points. We're also maximising the attributes points that you get to spend. So just keep the speed with ball 71. If you do go any lower, you will lose a badge point, but that's still not too bad for a 6'9" player having 71 speed with ball. You do end up with the 22 playmaking badges, so you know you got 12 extra badges to use in tier 3 after you've spent your 10 in tier 1 and 2. So, you know, you could core clamp breaker, put on killer combo silver, and then handles for days silver as well, or unpluckable silver. You've got pretty much 3 of these silver, including a core badge. So you should be able to find something that's really good at small forward. In terms of defense, you know, LeBron's a very versatile defender. He often saves energy on defense now because he is in his 20th season. I don't think many of us can really blame him for doing that. He needs to conserve energy. That's why he plays fewer games. Injuries are starting to creep up on him as well. But he is still very versatile in what positions he can guard. So we're going to push interior defense to 58, which, you know, is not amazing. That's just there to boost some badge points. Perimeter defense, we're going to put to 76. Of course, we do want to guard the perimeter, being a small forward. If it was a power forward, I'd try to put interior defense up a bit higher. In terms of steal, he does average 1.6 steals a game for his career. So he has had some seasons above 2 steals a game, I think, so he can definitely get in the passing lanes. We're going to push steal to 78 to get that silver interceptor. And then for block, we all know he really made the chase down block his own, and a lot of other players have really taken that on to new heights. So we're going to put block to 75 to get that gold chase down artist. Now I do use chase down artist on my center build, and he can, even with my, you know, pretty low speed in comparison to guards, having it on silver or gold, you can really notice that you can chase down players. That the jump animation that you get's very fast once you get past silver. So if you can get that gold, if you work out a badge layout that suits you where you can get a gold, that can be really powerful. In terms of rebounding, you know, he does average 7.5 rebounds for his career. He averaged 8.2 last season, which was quite impressive. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put offensive rebound to 45 and then push defensive rebound to 85. So you will get the silver rebound chaser in tier 3 there. So you'll be able to afford that and pogo stick potentially, or anchor if you core one of them. But you will be pretty much a triple double threat. That's why I put the rebounding up as high as it is, because LeBron's a triple double threat. He averages like 27, 7.5 and 7.5 per game. So, you know, he's a walking triple double. We want the rebound high so we can get those boards pretty much to get those triple doubles. In terms of physicals, he's not super fast as he used to be. You know, your acceleration can only go up to 74, and I've just dropped that to 72. Your speed can go up a lot higher to 80, but I've just brought that back down to 72 because he plays, you know, a real half-court game now. He occasionally gets on the fast break when the opportunity arises, but not so much as he used to, particularly in his, you know, Cleveland and Miami days. And I think 72 speed is not too bad because your acceleration is quite similar to your speed with ball. So off the bounce, you'll still be pretty quick. It's just really running on fast breaks. And as a small forward, you know, you might want to get in for boards because you've got a high rebound. And if you do leak out, you can always go early if you want, and you should be able to make a layup down the other end without getting caught. So the speed's not too much of an issue these days, I don't think. In terms of strength, this is where a lot of the points were spent, and it's LeBron. You know, he's incredibly strong. So what I've done is I've pushed strength to the max, which is 89. So you get that gold bully. So, you know, you'll be able to core gold bully in your finishing layout, and then get posterizer on silver, and still have the 2 points left over to spend in tier 2 or tier 1. So you'll be a really good finisher at the rim. Now in terms of vertical, we do need a 75 vertical to get those contact dunks, to make sure that's 75, and the rest will go on stamina, the 90 stamina, and that's the build. So in total we have the 18 finishing, 17 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 17 defensive badges, for a total of 74 badges on this pretty much walking triple double threat LeBron James build. You know, it's got 89 strength with the gold bully, got rebounding, got pretty decent perimeter defense at small forward. You know, you got great playmaking for a 6'9" player, capable shooting, and pretty good finishing with post moves as well. So a really versatile build. In terms of the takeovers, just chose team ratings boost for LeBron. I think that explains it enough, and then finishing moves as well, because he's a playmaking slasher at heart. But as you can see, got shades of Jason Tatum, RJ Barrett, and Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen was like LeBron before LeBron, so it's great to have him up there. And you've made an inside-out point forward, which is quite a unique build. I don't see many of them. But we'll take a look at the badges. Now for finishing, like I said before, you just sort of want your 10. So we'll just put Fearless Finisher and Limitless Takeoff just to get the 10 points. And then Posterizer, I'll actually put Bully on first, core that one. And then you've got Posterizer on silver as well. And with the 2 left over, you may want, Giant Slayer if you're coming up against 7-footers a lot, if you find that's what's happening. You can put some extra points in here to get Masher if you're going to be around the rim a lot, using those standing dunks. But for me, if it was LeBron, you probably want some post moves, so maybe just some bronze badges just to get smoother animations. You may want to take Fearless Finisher off and put it on other things, but here's a Fearless Finisher. It's the people who are actually fearful are the ones trying to stop him from getting to the rim, pretty much. So he's definitely a Fearless Finisher. Now in terms of shooting, he's not a great shooter. You do have the 17 badge points here, so it's quite a fair amount for a build that's not really, shooting's not really going to be its one wood. He's definitely a volume shooter, so we're going to put that up. Green Machine, when he gets hot, he gets really hot, so we want to put that up as well. Despite what people say, he's a clutch player, so I don't mind putting that on, and he definitely has big fourth quarters, so I like having Comeback Kid on there. He may miss some shots when it really comes down to it in the last few seconds, but during fourth quarters when his team's down, he definitely goes Super Saiyan almost and just drags them back into it. And by that stage he's spent, unfortunately, and sometimes he makes mistakes at the end of games, but we all do that. But that could be a good layout in tier 1 and 2, and then in tier 3, got catch and shoot there that you can core, and then maybe get Deadeye. Deadeye would probably be the next one, unless you want to shoot from deeper range, so you've got that bronze. But those two would be good. You've still got the extra one there, badge points, and amps might be a good one just to help if you are running low on stamina. In terms of playmaking, Dimer and Floor General, for making a LeBron build, this is what you need. He's the floor general out there. He has been for 20 seasons. Quick first steps there. He's still quick off the bounce. Probably not so much now, but you probably want that at 6'9". And then, Clamp Breaker, you will probably want to core. And depends really what you want from here. Obviously you don't need to use, if we're being realistic, you probably don't need to use these on Hall of Fame. You could put them down. Maybe put Break Starter on just because you are getting rebounds. And you've got the 12 left, so you could go Handles for Days. If you're more of a combo player, you can definitely stack them together. Or if you're worried about getting stripped, you can put Unpluckable on silver, and that could be a great layout for a point forward. And then on defense, he's very versatile, so you can make a versatile build if you want. Clamps is there, bronze. Interceptors there as well. There's your 7. Get Chase Down Artist on bronze. There's your 10. Get Rebound Chaser, core that one. Pogo Sticks there if you want to be more of an interior defender, as well with Anchor. But for me, I'd probably want to be more perimeter with this build, so Menace is there, I think it's a good badge. Challenges there as well that you can put on. And then, Pick Dodger as well, get on silver. So that could be a good, off the ball perimeter defender. You got Interceptor there, silver. When you get on the ball, you got Clamps and Pick Dodger, and then Chase Down Artists in case they get past you, you can chase them down. So that's a really versatile perimeter type defender. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a really great day.